This is probably the last one for the tea break. India need a wicket. Can they get a wicket with their last ball before tea? England have had a great session. Lead by 184. Sharma got anything?
That should be 2 at least. Not great angle running here. I think it more than likely will end up in the boundary. He doesn't even know where it is. I don't think it has hit the boundary, but he doesn't know where it is. The ball isn't dead. I'm not too sure what's happening here. What took place? Now this is very interesting. Both batsmen were out of their ground. The ball came back. They took the bails off. Well, this is interesting. If it's not 4, this could be interesting. The ball has not touched the boundary as far as we can see. Assad is calling the batsmen back. They need to determine exactly what has taken place here. This is very interesting.
Well, I don't think the ball was dead, was it? I think the batsman just assumed it was for 4, but I'm not sure the ball hit the rope. The batsman just walked off and didn't get in the crease, so the ball was still alive. And Bell and that just walked off. So, and Indian players have taken the bails off and appealed. So if this is not 4, it could be out.
This is very interesting. What will the umpires decide? It's obvious that the 2 English batsmen thought the ball was dead. They thought it was 4 runs. They are walking off again. They were told to stop, but they have continued walking. This is interesting. The television umpire is going to be getting involved here. They have asked for a replay.
I just wonder if they've taken the bails off and asked for a replay to see who's out. To see if they've crossed at the time the bails actually come off. Now here's Bell walking past Morgan. There he is. Morgan's still in his crease, so I think Bell could be out here. I think Bell could be out. They've definitely appealed. They've definitely taken the bails off. The England players, they're pretty nonchalant about it, saying what's all the fuss about. But I think he could be in trouble here, Bell. Wow.
Well, the television replay umpire needs to see this again. He's asking to see it again because they have determined already that the ball was not dead. Who is out? The bails are off. I think Bell is closest to that end. If they're going to make a decision here that the ball wasn't dead and someone is out, I think it's Bell. It's an unfortunate situation, but a careless move by the 2 English batsmen. Well, let's see. That's it. He's out. And I would think it's Ian Bell that's out because he was the man closest to that end. And this is not going to be a happy situation here. That's carelessness, but it's not a happy situation.
I don't think it's really in the spirit of the game, to be fair. It's definitely not in the spirit of the game, and it's a pretty ordinary moment, to be honest. But if you go by the letter of the law, the ball was still alive and they just walked out of their crease. But in the spirit of the game, that's not on.
Well, not the first time we're on this ground we are seeing that sort of reaction from the team or the person in the home dressing room. Well. And here it is again. Owen Morgan plays it down towards deep backward square. They run 2. They run 3 comfortably. Very comfortably. They assume that is 4. That's all I can say. Ian Bell wanders out of his crease and the ball comes back and the bails are removed.
Yeah, when you look at back full like that, India, it's just out. It never went back to his crease. The ball was still alive. Wow, you don't see that very often. Andrew Strauss is definitely not happy. well, we're going to tea with all sorts of turmoil, Mikey.
But that's the match summary at the moment. England are 187 runs ahead, 4 wickets down. Who knows what will happen with Jonathan Trott?
Well, tea is nearly done and dusted. It's nearly time to start again with the final session of the day. This is the talking point, of course. Right on the cusp of tea, the final ball of the session. England see this ball go to the boundary, so they think. Everyone relaxes, Ian Bell turns, bat goes down, turns, and they think that's it. They've got 4, they think Morgan has 4, they think it's time to call over, they think it's time for tea, but the ball is still alive. And that's what the umpires looked at, that's what the umpires decided. So England are now 4 down for 254, Bell out for a magnificent 137. So 1 session to go, time to start again. Here are David Lloyd and Michael Atherton.
Well. England lead by 187. No sign yet of umpires or players. It might just kick off in this final session. So if you're sat at home with the telly on, don't leave us. Get a cup of tea and settle in for the final session, because it could be spicy. For what it's worth, I agreed with Nasser Hussain, David Gower and Sanjay Mandraker at tea. I think the ball was live. Dhoni was perfectly within his rights to uphold the appeal. But the players, or the Indian players at least, left to booze. You saw Andrew Strauss come out onto the balcony, as did 1 or 2 other England players, with a look of utter disdain down towards the Indians. So they're clearly not happy. Ian Bell wasn't happy. And there's still no sign of any umpires. Don't know whether the umpires may have gone to the Indian dressing room and said, "Are you sure you want to uphold this appeal?" I don't know, I'm just guessing, but I think India are within their rights to do that. The ball was still live. Here they come. Asad Rauf and Marais Erasmus, who handle that situation to the letter of the law, and they'll get boos here, which is unfortunate, because a lot of people around the ground will be in the dark. I think they won't know what has happened, and they're taking it out on 2 umpires here who've performed their duties diligently and to the letter of the law, and done exactly the right thing, in my opinion. I've got a former umpire next to me. Bumble, maybe you'll have a different opinion, I don't know.
I just thought it was sharp practice. We hesitate as to what happens next. I've never seen that in a game of cricket. I've been around a long time. The umpires, custodians of the laws of the game. It's in the laws of the game. You've got the option to go to the captain. Do you want to uphold the appeal? The captain, I think, has said yes. I'll give you something else. I don't think that Ian Bell was attempting a 4th run. He touched down for his 3rd run, and he was under a misapprehension that the ball had gone for 4. The ball was still live. It's messy.
Happened to me, actually, in Bridgetown, a test match where Desmond Haynes hit a ball. Phil Tufnell gave chase. He stopped it trying to go for 4. Desmond Haynes thought it had gone for 4. Was wandering out to the middle of the pitch to have a chat with his mate. Can't remember who it was. The throw came in, and we appealed. And by the letter of the law, Desmond Haynes should have been given out, but he wasn't.
So go on, you just tell me a little bit more what happened there with Desmond Haynes.
Umpires just said dead ball. They were wrong to do so, but there are more boos here. Enormous boos for MS Dhoni as he leads his team out. Which again is unfortunate, I think, because I'm not sure that people around the ground would have been aware. Sarcastic applause, you'd say, from England. I don't think that was applause with a great deal of feeling.
Well, as you said, it's got messy. Not seen that sort of thing on a cricket field, and with the letter of the law, he's out, and a resounding cheer for England as they come back out again.
You know, well, maybe the applause from England was genuine, because what has clearly happened here, unbeknownst to us, is that MS Dhoni has withdrawn his appeal, clearly. We're not aware of this, we're just talking off the cuff. Nobody has told us what has happened, but we can only assume that the umpires went to the Indian dressing room, asked MS Dhoni to withdraw his appeal, and that's what he's done. So Ian Bell is coming out, so all the boos have been replaced by cheers.
My own view is I think we've got the right decision. The umpires are not the villains here. And I've just said it's messy. I think the lad there on screen is to be congratulated. He's done what I would consider to be the right thing. It's clumsy from Bell. He's had a little time to reflect and said he withdraws the appeal. And that's within his right to do so.
It is within his right to do so. I can think of a few captains, and maybe I'd have been one who wouldn't have done so. I think Ian Bell's a lucky lad. He's been a bit dozy. He paid for it with his wicket initially. And now MS Dhoni has withdrawn his appeal. So let's put it all to one side. There's huge applause now. MS Dhoni has gone from villain to hero in about 5 seconds. The Indian team have all gone from villains to heroes.
2 and 2 makes 5. We saw England applauding on the balcony. We thought it was sarcastic, but it was very genuine.
It was genuine appeal from England, and we can all crack on now. Ian Bell resumes, 137 not out. Owen Morgan is 21, and England are 254 for 3, leading by 187.